Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am joined this evening for the UFC 307 preview by Callum. How are you, mate?
I'm not too bad, bro. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Jamie was supposed to be joining us tonight. Don't know what's happened, but I'm sure he's okay. So shout out to Jamie. Hope everything's well. I'm sure he'll probably text us and whatever. But before we get into it, make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button. Subscribe to the Sanderson Show and Jamie Phillips' channels. Links are both in the description as well. I just go through a few comments that was left like several hours before I even went live.
Yeah.
So keep it real, saying big up Taffy La. I'll probably be a kit whilst this is live, so dropping a like for now.
Big
And
up.
also, that Callum fella is starting to look more and more like Tammy Abraham every day. It's crazy.
That's flipping shameless.
And big up Jamie as well. CJ with a comment saying big up Luke, Cal, and Jamie. Theo saying big up guys, and Chapman plays saying very lucky United. Very lucky.
No, it's the perfect result.
It's perfect.
Perfect result.
Got the robes ready.
Yeah, because we can't be losing Ten Hag this early in the season, man.
No, it is a disgrace.
Cannot be losing him this early in the season.
Big up peeps as well. Big up as well. Perfect result keeps Ten Hag in the job. LOL. But speaking of results, are we going to get the perfect one? 307 main event: Khalil Rountree versus Alex Pereira for the light heavyweight belt. And in the title, it says Rountree to KO Pereira. That is I'll let you take it away because this is your spicy take of this event. That Roundtree's going to pick up the knockout dub.
So, for a while now, for some months, and I've said this to you and Jamie off camera, I've always seen Khalil Rountree as the most dangerous opponent for Alex Pereira. I don't think Khalil Rountree is the best light heavyweight. I think the best light heavyweight is either Pereira or Ankalaev. However, I think certain styles just suit certain fighters. For example, Leon beats Usman, but Usman probably beats everyone else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another division. Volk and Max. Max beats everyone else, but Volk beats Max.
Yeah.
I feel as though it's like this with Pereira and Rountree. Now, granted, they've never fought before, so I've got nothing tangible to go off. But I look at how Pereira fights and I look at how Khalil Rountree fights. Rountree is someone who uses Muay Thai very well. And he's doing this against a kickboxer. Now, granted, Pereira is creme de la creme when it comes to kickboxing. But I think Pereira gets away with quite a bit because of the power he has.
Yeah.
Khalil Rountree, for me, in my opinion, probably matches that power. But I also think Khalil Rountree is hungry and he's also vicious as well. There's not many people more vicious than Alex Pereira in an octagon. I think Khalil Rountree is that guy. He's already beaten 2 other glory kickboxers. Now, granted, not as good as Alex Pereira, but he's beaten them, stopped them, and did it in devastating fashion. I think the stars have just aligned really well for Khalil Rountree, and I genuinely think he's going to get the stoppage win against Alex Pereira. I think he's just going to catch him something that Pereira doesn't expect. He's extremely fast as well. Khalil Rountree is so fast.
Yeah, I think of this one because obviously one of my predictions this year was that this was going to be made. Like this fight was going to be made. This was my number one out there pick for this year for Pereira versus Rountree. Obviously, the way it's come about still doesn't sit particularly right with me.
Yeah,
but that's by to buy. But I'm still delighted that we've got this right. For me, I've watched a few Khalil Rountree fights. Yes, I did watch the one where he literally blew out Modestas Bukauskas' knee and then got him cut from the UFC, which was absolute. Oh, it was the most vicious thing I have ever seen. But he has fought at some of the glory kickboxers. He's actually fought a former Alex Pereira opponent as well.
Yeah, Jacoby, right?
Jacoby, yeah, absolutely.
It's hot, bruv. I get like if you were to say
It's a 50-50 because I'm still backing Pereira. I'm still backing the champ to get it done because I just think he's in that.
he's in that flow state.
Flow, yeah, he's in that flow status where I go in and I go right. What's the opponent got for him that's different to what he's fought?
No, I hear it.
I think like Khalil, it's got good wrestling, but it's already said that I'm not going to wrestle him.
He's never gone for a takedown in his UFC career, so he's got good defensive wrestling.
He's got good defensive wrestling. Yeah, sorry. So he's got good defensive wrestling, but like obviously people would assume it's like, oh, okay, he's going to use some of that grappling, you know. But then when he comes out, I'm not going to grapple, and those who are like making bets on your purse if you're going to shoot a double leg and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh, you're going to be one of those. You're going to be like a Jamal Hill, like a Yuri, like people saying, you know what, scrap the grappling. Are we going to stand and bang and basically sling it out in the middle of the octagon? And usually when fighters say that they're going to slug it out with Pereira, there's only usually one winner, and that is typically Pereira. But just like you've said, he's probably just as violent as him. But just before you go in there, Callum, I'll just go through some of these comments. Shout out to Theo as well, saying Rountree is who is Jamal Hill thinks he is.
I hear that.
Disagree. I don't think it's even a fight, to be honest. I think Pereira snipes him, sets him up with some of the low leg kicks. So I can definitely see that. I still think his leg kicking game is vastly underrated. However, he does his kicking defense is not the greatest. He just used the fact that he's just made of titanium to sort of shield from those leg kicks, really. And we know Bukowskis is one vicious motherfucker. Like his leg kicks are vicious. So shout out Ottoman as well. Evening, boys. Evening. So
Evening, Ottoman, Turk, legend.
This is probably one of the most 50-50 title fights. Like when you look at the two stylistically, how they match up. But I just think that for me, it's just Pereira's rise, man. Like it's Pereira time.
Yeah, his rise has been His rise has been glorious, though.
So yeah, pause.
That's a crazy statement, isn't it? It's crazy, but like his rags to riches story, what he did. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. I don't want to take too much time because obviously I'm mindful of the different topics you've got and going through the whole card. You see Pereira's story. Pereira's story is amazing, like truly amazing. So is Rowntree's story. Like Pereira, you know, he was drinking from a young age every day, hooked on alcohol. He lost his brother to, I believe it was some sort of a violent crime. Lost his brother at a young age, spiraled, turned his life around, became this world-class kickboxer, then was kind of in a rut, and then got the call out from Izzy, where Izzy saying he's just going to be that guy who's sitting at the bar or whatever, goes into MMA and becomes the superstar he is today. Khalil Rountree's dad dies at the age of 2 when he's 2 years old. This guy is a guy who doesn't play sports or do anything like that. Is 300 pounds, out of shape, not wanting to do anything with his life. Thought he was going to die in his sleep because of how unhealthy he was living. Then goes to the gym, turns his life around, stops doing MMA because he started doing construction, and then got a call to join up on the contender series, not the contender series, the Ultimate Fighter. He has to fight one more fight to get into Ultimate Fight. He fights on a Friday, has to win it to get called and do the trial of the Ultimate Fighter on a Sunday. Gets in. His first fight is against one of his friends. Can't pull the trigger, so ends up losing to his friend. But in the process of the fight, injures his friend so bad his friend can't continue. And then goes on and gets recalled, loses in the final, but still gets a new contract from Dana White. Isn't training great, but he's winning fights. Then comes up against Johnny Walker, gets smashed up,
got smoked.
starts doing strength and conditioning, goes to Thailand to learn Muay Thai properly, and then goes on a tear. Now he's getting a title shot. Like, their lives are very similar in terms of the struggles and the things they've gone through.
Yeah.
Pereira's was alcohol. Rountree's was like just bad dieting and all the rest of it. Both lost people close to them in their lives at different points, obviously.
Yeah.
Both were in a spiral, but now they're both here. Like, the difference is Pereira's already a star. Rountree's not really known. He can take all of that on Saturday. I'm telling you this, there's a lot to this fight. Once again, I hate to say it, the UFC just haven't done a great job of promoting it.
Well, that's been the case throughout most of the events, and even when they promote it, it's let's be say about that. As Chapman played said earlier, ready for some more Dana cooking. Dana's escaped the cooking tonight. He's escaped.
Yeah,
he is escaped tonight. That's good promo. UFC should use that. Lol. I was like, Callum set me up for like the movie. Yeah, set me up. Yeah. Like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
It's all there, man. It's all there.
Yeah, I would love Khalil to win. Like, I would absolutely love it because I think he does deserve it. Like, I think it was like 12 years ago, he's as fat as me. That's literally saying, hey, Luke, in 12 years' time, you're gonna be lifting UFC gold. I'll be like,
oh no, bro, he's way bigger than you.
My man. Hey, if he can do it,
he's way bigger than you.
Yeah, I just think in this fight, my only fear for Pereira, because like the way he's been sparring with Strickland a lot, and I'm like, are you sure that's the right type of like?
I was gonna say, I don't know how that helps him in a fight against Rountree, because Strickland's very boxing heavy. Rountree, he kicks his knees, he's hooks, and what Strickland will do is get you in fight conditioning, because Strickland's pressure, like, you have to deal with.
Not the right pressure though.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think. Like, if you were picking a fighter on the UFC roster that could even fight close to a Khalil Rountree, Sean Strickland ain't really the guy that you go. You'd be looking at a Muay Thai guy that you'd be looking that could try to replicate aspects of Rountree's game, but it's just very it's such an odd pick, and I just hope that he's just not, just use Strickland as a bit of a social media opportunity just so he can bash the shit out of him over.
Shall I tell you why it's also a weird decision? Because Strickland's more of a marathon type fighter. He'll wear you down over the course of a fight. Khalil Rountree is more of a sprinter.
Yeah.
So Khalil Rountree he's gonna hit you with flurries, and next thing you know, you're dealing with it or you're unconscious. Strickland is someone who systematically tries to break you down over. Strickland's very rarely gonna stop you in the first round. He might get knocked down like he did against Izzy, but he's not gonna stop you. No. If Rountree lands clean on you, the night's done.
My big thing, right? Because one thing that I've noticed about Pereira, like the way he strikes, is like he always leaves the side of the body open, perfect for the Rountree body kick.
Yeah,
which I think, like, I'm gonna put it on the hat of like, this is how I believe Rountree could win it. It's gonna be just violently kicking the side, or like his side for the body kick, because I think that's gonna be effective for the body kick, just for him to drop a little bit and then Rountree just flurry in and then catch him. But I think for Pereira, I just think he needs to anticipate the Rountree flurry. If he can get his timing spot on, just like CJ said here, that's why he thinks Pereira will snipe him, because he may walk on to something big, and that's how I think Pereira is going to stop Rountree, because I think Rountree is going to explode. I think the first time Pereira will just step out the way, realize, okay, I've got your timing now. Second time you do it, I'm going to catch you again, and that's why I think Pereira is going to win. Personally, I think it's going to be a good fight. Just don't think it will last long.
Do you think it's a stoppage? Do you think he stops him?
Yeah, I think he stops him. I'll just go through some of these comments. Theo says he's just our Muay Thai guys. he should have done if he hasn't done already. But
I think he's definitely got Muay Thai guys in his camp.
Yeah, he's probably he's advertising sparring Strickland because it's
because
PR.
It's good PR. It's very good. It's smart. It's smart.
GMD7, cheers, mate. Potan, Chama, and then Chama, and who lands first? I will go with Pereira leg kick.
I reckon Rountree leg kick.
Yeah, I think
Pereira usually comes out and kind of just looks at the person, downloads information a little bit.
Yeah, so yes. Sorry, I'm gonna have to sort this dog out. You carry on talking.
I got you, bro. So yeah, I look at this and I think, yeah, you're right, CJ, in the sense of Pereira could obviously snipe him. He could come in, but Khalil does usually have a high guard as well, so he utilizes that pretty well. Not just that, even with the calf kick that obviously Pereira's just debilitated people with, Khalil Rountree doesn't really plant his front foot. He does the whole herky jerky with the knee, where he kind of has the Muay Thai stance where he's constantly lifting the knee. So if he's not planting the leg, it's gonna be harder to get a calf kick on the front leg, which is his lead leg, which would be his left leg. So even that is going to provide problems for Pereira potentially. Again, we've never seen anyone do the stamping front kick to Pereira's knees and stuff either. That's something that Pereira's not going to be used to. I'm telling you, I just feel Khalil's style just suits fighting Pereira. Again, I could sit here and be completely wrong because Pereira has always got that ultimate equalizer. He's the hardest hitter at 205 in my opinion, and the most accurate. But I think Khalil hits slightly less hard, but I think he's quicker. And I think if it's a race to see who gets there first, I think Khalil gets there first. What Khalil has to be careful of is he going to get caught with anything as he closes that distance? And if he's going to get caught as he's closing the distance, then he could be in trouble. But if he throws front kicks to the body, teeps to the knee, he's able to land his inside leg kicks as well, I think it could be a great fight. But also another thing, Khalil manages emotions. It's first time going to be in a main event, if I'm not mistaken, of any kind. First time he's going to be in a 5-round fight.
In Salt Lake as well. And we know
at altitude,
watching Leon and Usman, the altitude's a big thing. And how long has Rountree been out there for? We know Pereira's been out there for the last month. We know he's been out there.
Pereira fought against Blachowicz, remember, and he did slow down in the last round.
Knows what it's going to be like. I'm just going to go through some of these comments. These are flying in tonight, so shout out everyone in the comments. So he's got a bounce in his stance. Roundtree's going to go and try and impose himself from the off. Yes, can definitely see that.
Yeah.
I want to see how he's going to defend the low kicks. Is this regarding Rountree?
Yeah, I think he'll be fine because I was just explaining that he, because of his Muay Thai stance, he doesn't really plant his front foot. So he may actually be in a better position than most people think, because Izzy, for example, plants his foot. Strickland doesn't plant his foot as much, and he didn't get hit with many calf kicks either by Pereira. So I think because he doesn't plant his foot, it'll be easier for him to evade. He might not check them, but he'll be able to evade them.
CJ with a comment: is this the main event your favorite fight of the night, Callum?
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie. I've wanted to see this fight for a while because I've just always had it in my mind that this would be a fight that could test Pereira.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. GMT3. What do you guys think of Thompson Buckley? We'll touch on that a little bit later on. I know it's on the early prelims, but we'll touch on that because Buckley's been talking this week to DC and stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll discuss that quickly.
Buckley got G check, to be fair.
Yeah, got G check real quick.
Did
These leg
stand on
kicks,
business though. I'll give him that. He did stand on business.
he did. To be fair, not many people would stick up to DC.
Yeah.
These leg kicks in this fight are gonna sound like gunshots. Facts.
Facts.
So yeah, Khalil isn't able to defend the low kick. I think he has struggled in points defending the low kick, but Pereira's just a different gravy. But let's push into predictions. Let's push into predictions. So, Callum, which round will Khalil Rountree knock out Alex Pereira, my friend?
I think he does it in the second round.
I'm going to go completely opposite. I'm going to go for Potan Pereira, Mr. Chama himself, to KO him in the third round.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I completely understand it.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
But going from one fight that's definitely going to be a knockout to another fight, not so much. Co-main event, Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. A fight that is needed. Probably not everyone's cup of tea. It's definitely not my cup of tea, to be perfectly honest. Me and Jamie watched Raquel Pennington win the bantamweight title. Well, Callum,
I was there as well, bro.
Yeah, Callum, we survived. It wasn't
that was a tough watch.
a tough watch. I think she beat Bueno Silva by doctor stoppage because she busted Bueno up.
No, that was Bueno's next fight. Bueno, they went to 5 rounds and she won the decision. I can't remember who Bueno fought. Was it? Who did she fight?
The Aldana.
I think it might have been Aldana. Yeah.
Aldana. Yeah. So, and then obviously Juliana Pena, former champ, beat Amanda Nunes in that shocking. If one fight will always trigger me, it will always be Pena beating Nunes. It will always be that. That's my
craziest fight.
Trigger. That's always my trigger. My trigger now. Pena's the heel. She's got something to prove. Yeah, she has got something to prove because let's be honest, right? Like, she's not everyone's cup of tea. She's still speaking her smack to Nunes. Nunes is retired. Like, she is retired, and I know that she's been talking like, "Oh, look, I can get her out of retirement. If I get the belt, surely she's gonna come out, for a trilogy." And my answer is, you'll keep dreaming, because she's got no interest in fighting you, like, no more. Like, she's got no interest. She got a W back. She battered you pillar to post. Yes, she did not get the finish, but she battered you pillar to post. But Raquel Pennington's gonna like she thinks that she's just gonna walk through Raquel Pennington because she's been speaking about everyone else apart from the champ.
Right.
And hold on, have you got a belt hiding there or something, proving that you're the champ or something? Because
hear me out on this. Amanda Nunes for me is either first or second best female fighter of all time. It's her and Cyborg for me. I think Nunes does owe the trilogy fight. I don't think Nunes will take the trilogy fight though, because if we're gonna really work it out, Pena stopped Nunes the first time, and then Nunes won the decision the second time. Now, granted, Nunes dominated the second fight, but she didn't stop her. Juliana made her tap out. She broke her physically and then made her tap out.
That makes me skin.
I'm just saying the facts.
I know.
Amanda's top 2, and she might just be number 1. But Amanda's not coming back for Juliana Pena. The reason I don't think she's come back for Juliana Pena because in her mind she settled the score. I don't think it makes crazy money, and I don't think she really cares for Juliana Pena's promo. Now, the difference between someone like a Juliana Pena and a Colby Covington is Pena, for me, 1, knows where to draw the line, and 2, she's open about her having a character. I live with that. I'm good with that. Colby Covington kind of denies that he's a character, even though he is.
In Juliana Pena, basically shouting whilst Amanda Nunes is having her retirement speech. I mean, that Pena.
Yeah, no, I can live with that though. For me, stepping over the line is stuff like Colby would say about Usman's dad and Leon's dad and kids and commentators. That for me, you're stepping over the line in it. If I'm saying my farewell speech and my rivals in the front row screaming and I can barely hear them, I don't care. If you start saying stuff about my family now, oh, we've got an issue.
Yeah, it's gonna be Khabib all over, Khabib Conor all over again.
Exactly. What I will say is I think Pennington needs Pena more than Pena needs Pennington, because Pennington's not a loud, brash person. She just gets in there, fights her fight. If she wins, she wins. If she loses, she loses. You don't really hear from her in the media. This fight is better for Pennington than it is for Pena. Now, I think Pena wins, but I think if Pennington puts on a good display, I think it helps her career. Because right now, I don't think anyone thinks of Pena as a real champ. And she's a champion. She won it fair and square.
You mean Pennington as a real champ? Because
Pennington's the real champ. Yeah. Which is unfair because she went out and fought for a vacant title that was vacated by Amanda Nunes and she won fair and square. But because of the fact of her losing to Amanda Nunes so devastatingly, no one really sees her as a champ. So she has to, in my opinion, put on a good performance, but I don't think she can out tough Pena. And I feel like Pena's got more ways to win as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
it's definitely going to decision.
100%. Toilet break. Another comment is Pena is gonna will, but 2 years layoff. Yeah, she's been off ever since. I think
she had a rib injury.
She had a rib injury. She's had multiple other injuries. Plus, it was sort of nice when I didn't have to hear from her until her fight. Because
I'm getting the vibe you're not a Pena fan. I don't know why. I'm just getting the vibe.
She's incredibly cringe, man. Like, she's incredibly cringe, man.
Do you find her that cringe?
Yeah, I don't. I don't. Nah, I don't.
Do you ever? I know Ariel doesn't do the Helwani show on
I have watched her interviews because obviously I do watch them like when it comes up to like fight week and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I just find her very very irritating.
That's fine. She's not your cup of tea. She's not your cup of tea.
She's not my cup of tea. The stuff she says about like Harrison and stuff like that. I'm thinking, well, so by saying like, oh, she doesn't want to fight Harrison because Harrison doesn't deserve it and shit like that. I'm like, well,
yeah,
no, you ain't gonna do anything because Harrison's gonna win and she's gonna get a title shot and then she's gonna ragdoll your ass.
Yeah, Harrison's definitely getting the next title shot. That's not debatable.
Cringe in a funny way. Yeah, it's definitely cringe. It's just she's just not my cup of tea, like on the mic. But she is a good fighter. I'm never gonna slag off the fighting ability, but she's just not my cup of tea.
No, that's fair, bro. That's absolutely
true. And to be honest, she deserves a humbling. I thought Amanda would have given her that humbling, but maybe she needs a few more.
Amanda didn't stop her. She's not going to be humble unless she gets stopped. Valentina beat her by armbar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Valentina subbed her.
Can I say a little wild take I've got?
Yeah.
I think if Pena wins, and here's the thing: if Pena wins, I reckon Valentina throws her name in the hat to take the fight.
Yes, I think so.
She might not get it, but I think she tries her luck.
Oh, Dana would. I don't think. Plus, Pena's mentioned about getting that one back. I think Pena mentioned about going down to 25 to get the W back.
She doesn't want to go in as 25.
Yeah, you're none of them.
She would go in at such a disadvantage. If she's smart, she'll call Valentina up to 35. She'll go on the mic and if she beats Pennington, she'll go on the mic and go, look, there's this new person called Taylor Harrison. She wants to come in here and get a title fight after a couple of fights. When I want to fight the person who is seen as the best women's MMA fighter in the world, who is Valentina Shevchenko. She's got a win over me. She wants to come back up and see if she can be a 2-weight champion. I'm here. Let's make it happen. That's her promo. I'd
like that promo. I'd like that promo because, yeah, I would and I wouldn't. I would because it's fresh. It's fresh at the moment. I wouldn't like it because Valentina's got work she's now got more work to do at 25 because there's
She
a
has.
a
She
young
actually has.
crop. There's a young crop of young blood that is vying for her belt. So I wouldn't really want her holding up that division, but that division could sort itself out. There's plenty of talent there. But I think for this, yeah, Pennington, it is what it is. like nothing bad to say about her because she's just fine. Like she's
Yeah.
nice. She's a family woman. Her wife's fighting on the same card. Tisha Benton's fighting on the same card. I think it's going to be a bad night for them both. I think it's going to be a bad night for the Pennington family. I think they're both going to take some else.
Shall I be real with you? I think I can speak for Jamie here. This is the sort of, I don't think Jamie would hate Pennington because for hating her sake, but he wouldn't like Pennington because she's not very entertaining. And Jay's a sort of person, although he respects merit and stuff, he wants to be entertained.
Yep.
And she, unfortunately, that's not her thing. She doesn't really care to do that, which again, I don't have an issue with, but most fight fans now do. And the difference between Jamie and some other casual fight fans is that they'll just hold that against her.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think predictions for this, I think if I went 1, 2, 3, we're both going to say Pena decision, aren't we? Because I think Pena will win by decision.
Pena wins by decision.
Pena wins by decision. But hey,
may even get a late stoppage.
A late submission. I say late submission win for Juliana Pena, and she'll become a new UFC bantam.
She'll be a new two-time UFC bantamweight champion.
Yeah, two-time, yeah. Two-time. Speaking of former champs, we've got Jose Aldo back at bantamweight, fighting Mario Batista. You know what? Did not expect this matchup because I thought Aldo would have got something a little bit higher up the rankings.
You'd think
I thought that he was done after this. I thought this guy was done. I thought he's going to fight this. He's going to fuck off. Oh, no. This guy wants to get bantamweight gold, baby. He's committed to the grind.
I'm here for it. I'm
love absolutely here for a Jose Aldo bantamweight title run. And if he has to go through another young buck, I just hope that he's spoken to the UFC and went, I'll fight this young guy. Got plenty of potential. But if I win, I need to start looking up the rankings. I need to start to get some, fights and top guys because
some respect.
Yeah, like he's gonna need some goddamn respect because
I'm not being funny. And again, not to bring him back up, but I mean, if we're going to talk about legacy and stuff and what people deserve, then Jose Aldo deserves a lot. Now, went on the press tour with Conor. Was a big reason why Conor became so big. Obviously, Conor still had to do his work, and he absolutely did it. But I mean, let's not forget that Aldo is. If we're talking about legacy, Aldo's that guy. I don't see Aldo getting layups and John Jones and Stipe treatment, though. He's fighting young killers, up and comings. Why is that happening?
Okay, so Aldo's 3 at bantamweight. He lost to Moraes via split decision, which we all thought
he won that.
He lost to Piotr Jan TKO,
yeah,
UFC 251, and then he lost to Marav last time out via decision. And he defended a shit ton of takedowns. He's got wins over Marlon Vera, Pedro Munoz, and Rob Font. So he's got quite a good bantamweight record, right?
Yeah.
I'll just try and pull up the rankings now. I should probably done this before. I think Aldo's ranked number 8, if memory serves me correctly.
So he's still like it should be higher.
I'll just have a look now. No, Aldo's number 10. Mario Batista is number 11.
So can you share the rankings, bro? Just so I can see it.
Yeah, sure. I'll just put. I'll have to get up on another screen. Bear with me. This is the beauty of live content, guys. Just bear with me. Right.
I've got a good take here. if Aldo wins, I all right.
So this is
All right. So Sean's out injured. Umar's going to be fighting for the belt. Jan's fighting Figueiredo. Sanhagen, Cejudo. He's already beaten Vera. Sonia Dong. Nah, he's beaten Rob Font. So hold on. He's beat Rob Font. Why is he below Rob Font? Okay. All right. Weird.
Dunno.
If Aldo wins this fight, give him Cejudo.
Say it. No, she's fighting Song Yudong.
Nah, Cejudo. Give him a big name.
No, but Cejudo's fighting Song Yudong though.
What?
I believe that's who's fighting next. I'll double check, but I swear to God, Triple C's fighting Song Yudong. I swear it's fighting Song Yudong. Well, that was the rumored fight was him versus Song Yudong in Asia.
Okay.
I'll have a look. If that's not true, chat. If he's not fighting Song Yudong, then yeah, I'd absolutely agree with that. No, he's not. He has not got a fight schedule here. Okay, if that's not the case, I swear to God, you know, it was a rumor that he was going to fight Song Yudong in Asia. I've not saw that. Would be interesting. Yeah, it would be interesting. Aldo versus Cejudo. Yeah, take that.
That's the
for
fight.
me personally, I'd take Corey Sanhagen versus Jose Aldo.
Nah. Shall I tell you what, bro? I'm just gonna say it. If it's not Cejudo and you really want to go big, Sean O'Malley. The only thing is Aldo's gonna have to wait for the O'Malley fight. I think I'd go Cejudo and then try and match up Sanhagen and O'Malley.
Yeah, big facts. Big facts. Mario Bautista is 7 years his junior, and we all know that younger fighters tend to have an edge over the young veterans, but Aldo's still got a lot to give. I think when he first announced he was making the drop to bantamweight, I think we were all a bit like, "Oh, how's that going to go?" And let's be honest, his first cut looked fucking brutal, but he's a
professional. Oh, I'm a professional.
Aldo by decision, but yeah, Cejudo fight makes sense. Yeah, big facts. Big facts. Cejudo fight makes sense. It's a big name, but it depends what Cejudo wants to do. I think Cejudo talked about dropping down to 125.
I don't think Cejudo does that.
So not 100% sure. I'll take the rankings off the screen, but we'll bring them back up if we need them. But I think, look, I do think he has been incredibly disrespected. However, I do believe part of that was, I swear there was a thing saying that once he fought out his contract, he was going to go to do boxing and stuff like that. Yeah. So he was only doing this just to fight out his deal. So something must have changed with the UFC, where he's either signed a new.
I think he did sign a new deal, bro.
What did he sign?
Before his last fight or since his last fight? I might be wrong, so don't quote me. But I feel like he did.
Well, if he does, then I could understand why he's sort of coming out saying, "Hey, look, I want to have another run. Like, I want to have a run at the belt." It'll be a good story. It'll be a hell of a story, though. It'll be a hell of a story. Jose Aldo, bantamweight champion at like 39.
Do you know what's even more crazy? It'd just be like, look what's happened since him and Conor fought in their career trajectory.
Yeah,
it just shows the dedication of one compared to the other. Unfortunately,
hey, imagine if he beat Umar Nurmagomedov as well.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Oh,
I'll be honest. Unless he gets a favorable match, I don't think Aldo will recapture the belt or capture the belt in a different division. But if he does, his legacy goes beyond.
His legacy is already secured as one of the greatest featherweights of all time.
That takes it to a whole nother level.
If he wins the bantamweight belt, and like everyone has said, hey, bantamweight stacked, guys.
Yeah,
bantamweight stacked, killers after killers. Like, look, you got Figueiredo at bantamweight. You've got Piotr Jan, even though Jan's on a bit of a bad streak, Sandhagen's on a bit of a bad streak, but you still got like Vera, Yadong, O'Malley, Marab,
Killer's division.
Hiller's division, and plus, like, it's not even guys that are even in the top, rankings. You still got Kyler Phillips, Jonathan Martinez. How on earth Dominic Cruz is still at number 14? Up knows.
Yeah.
How we made it to number 14.
I would have said Dominic Cruz a couple of years ago, but not now.
But I think Cruz is done, to be honest. But let's get into predictions. I am cautious to see what time it is. You go predictions. I'll go Jose Aldo.
I'm going Jose Aldo decision as well. Unanimous.
So, touch on the next fight: Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland, middleweight. Have to say, I'm a bit surprised that Kevin Holland has stepped up to middleweight, considering the success he has had at bantamweight. Fucking hell, now that would be one hell of a job.
Crazy.
Now that would be crazy. Considering the relative success that he has had at welterweight. However, I think this is a bad matchup. For Kevin, I'll keep it short and sweet. He's losing, and he's gonna lose. By. It's not gonna look pretty for him. I think he'll lose by submission. I just think this is a bad matchup.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you here. And look, Kevin Holland is he's Mr. I'll fight anyone at any time in it. So I'll always have respect for Kevin Holland. I don't think this is a great stylistic matchup for him. He's so much, for me, he's just better at 170. He's so undersized at 185, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I remember watching him against Brunson. You sort of saw how undersized he really was. And we were thinking, shit. Okay, maybe he'll move down to 170. I think
Dolidze just fought 205 in his last fight. Also, Dolidze is not a small guy. I can't imagine Holland fighting at 205.
No, I don't think he'd even walk around at 205.
Yeah.
So I'll go Dolidze submission.
Yeah.
I'll go third round sub. I'll
go second round.
And then we go to the opener. Caitlin Vieira versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison coming off that absolute dominant win, UFC 300 against Holly Holm. Yeah, it was Holly Holm.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Absolute dominance. For me, she is the X factor in this division at the moment. Probably the one that is drawing the eyes in, because when she came in, there was big concerns. Is this woman going to make 140? Is this woman going to make 135 pounds? Because she won her judo medals at 170. She fought at featherweight in Bellator. You're thinking, shit, if she ever came to the UFC, then she's going to have the cyborg situation where the cut's going to kill her at 35, but you can't find good enough competition at 45, and she'll be a bit in limbo. But however, as we said about Jose Aldo, as the professional she has successfully made the cut safely, may I add. She has safely made the cut, which I think is the most important thing. Obviously, she's got the judo background, and people instantly go, judo, female, Ronda.
Ronda,
But she is a lot better.
She's a way more rounded than what Ronda was.
Yeah, she's a lot more rounded.
I don't want to badmouth Ronda though, because I think people sleep on what Conor and Ronda were.
Yeah, Ronda was like the prototype.
Yeah,
the prototype. Kayla's just a bit of an upgrade, a bit more well polished, more well rounded now. But I still think that she'll get the job done over Caitlin Vieira. But Caitlin Vieira's no slouch. She is no slouch. Actually got a longer reach than Kayla Harrison, 2 inches. Both 5'7". So this is going to be a tight one. I don't think it will be as dominant, because let's be honest, right? Kayla Harrison, Holly Holm. Really? Was that going to be real much of a contest, or were you setting it up?
I think it's going to be just as dominant, if not more.
Ooh. I'll push you for a prediction, my friend.
I'm gonna go second round sub.
I'll go. You know what? Because she said that she's going to be more dominant. I'll go first round sub.
Yeah, second round
Um,
sub. It doesn't see the final bell.
Last fight on the early prelims. We don't usually discuss prelim bouts unless they've got a little bit of something going into it. But this one, Wonderboy Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. Nothing due to Wonderboy. It's due to Joaquin Buckley's beef with DC.
Yeah,
Which they seem to squash and then sort of not squash at the same time when Buckley went a bit of a dick move, making me do it in front of the camera when could have sorted it out behind the scenes. But
I was gonna say, I
these
mean,
scenes
you
for proof.
can't be recorded and then act like you didn't know there's a camera there. You could have literally just said to DC, look, we got a situation. Can we speak about it before we go live? And if you want to touch on it and just say, look, we've spoken behind the scenes and it's squashed. But it's hard to trust what Buckley says because Buckley is ultimately trying to make a name for himself and get a big fight. So
Yeah,
he even
plus
himself said he's going to say anything to sell a fight. So
Kevin Holland not staying in the fighter hotel. He's staying away
Buckley's
from
not either, to be fair, but yeah, they hate each other.
Yeah, Kevin Holland's like he's on site. He's on site for CU. So I say this is a big opportunity for Buckley because as much as Wonderboy is, let's be honest, he's on the decline. For Dev, there's no shame. I think this is his first fight back since he lost to Shavkat, which was back in December last year. And so, you know, it's a bit of a tricky one here. For me,
it's not a tricky one for me, unfortunately.
Joaquin, this is your big moment, my friend. I think you need to take it.
I think Buckley does what everyone else does. They wrestle him.
Yeah, and Buckley, when you get on that mic, make it a fucking good call out, please. Like no calling out Conor McGregor. He's too busy getting coked up to worry about
I'll be honest. I'll be intrigued because it will be DC who's doing the post match interviews. I'll be intrigued to see how that happens and how he approaches that.
No, we may get a bonus fight on the card. DC out retirement versus Joaquin Buckley.
Buckley don't want that smoke.
Yeah, Buckley does not want that DC smoke. But
he does not want that smoke. I actually don't think it'll be that entertaining of a fight because I think Buckley will just take him down.
Yeah, no one wants to see that, and it's a good thing it's on the early prelim, so we can watch it and we can. Well, I can watch it before we go live.
Yeah.
But hey ho, anything else you want to touch on before we take the people out?
No, I'm looking forward to the card. There are some fights on there, like the co-main event, even though there's a necessity of a fight, it's not the most exciting. But the main event, I think, will be exciting. I think Kayla Harrison will make her fight exciting. Even though I think Jose Aldo goes to decision, like he usually is in exciting fights and puts on a good display as well. I think it'll be a good card.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good card. I think it'll be a solid card because everyone sees that because we've said it before. Like people have gone, this card's a bit meaty, but he's always ended, and people go, oh shit, this card's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think it'll be
pretty good. Good end, as long as there's no controversy, no shit decisions. Oh yeah, forgot that always happens. Every card there's a shit decision, dodgy refereeing. It's like watching Premier League again. Corruption all over the gaff.
That's a good comparison, actually.
So, so on that bombshell, Callum, anything you want to promote? You got anything coming up? Coppish, Sanderson Show, anything that people need to be looking out for?
Sanderson Show. Even though I've done a preview here, which obviously I'll always do to do a deeper dive, I might just do like a 5-minute preview on my channel just to reiterate what so I can't be Captain Sparrow. Just I'll stand on business with my predictions. So I might just do like literally a 5-minute preview, and then anyone who hasn't watched this, I'll lead them back to this so they can get more of an in-depth feel of why we've gone with the predictions we've gone with.
Yeah. And then obviously coming up on this channel, I think after the UFC, I'll do like my own review later on a Sunday. I won't have anything out tomorrow, unless something pops out news-wise. I don't think there is at the moment. I know Ilya's been chirping a bit, but I think we'll probably save that for Monday. Say good card. Was woken up at 3 a.m. I'm glad I caught you guys live. Hey, big up for waking up at 3 a.m. Big up, man.
Legend.
Big up, legend. Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe to everyone's channels. Make sure that you subscribe to everyone's channels, right? But pleasure. Yeah. So it'll be the review Sunday. I'll probably have something out on Monday, and obviously next week, Baturviev Bivol preview.
Come on.
Baturviev Bivol preview. Hopefully you get Callum, Jamie, and Ty from Never a Foul. If he's let out the van, because I think he's going to get cooked on Mandem talk about Eric Ten Hag. So if he's let out the back of the van, then hopefully you'll get Ty from Never a Foul. And then on the Saturday, I'll be doing the watch long for Bivol Baturviev as well, because the Anthony Joshua Dubois one went well. So I thought, let's give the people what they want and let's do another one, because I quite enjoyed it as well. And hopefully we'll get Callum, Jamie, and then hopefully we try and get a few more guests on there as well.
Definitely.
But everyone that's tuned in, smash the like button, share button, subscribe button. Subscribe to the Sanderson Show. Subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Both links are in the title. And we will see you on the Sanderson Show, 3 a.m. With me, Cal, and Jamie, ready for UFC 307. But until then, we'll see you all very soon.
Big up, everyone. Thank you.
Big up.